Sophie, his 13th birthday. Gift? We've got you. Guitar? Coming tomorrow. Road game today, surprise party tomorrow. Change of plans. Game tomorrow.
No, birthday tomorrow.
Hotel.
Guitar? Reroute.
Birthdays are on birthdays.
Party? Relocate. UPS My Choice makes rerouting packages easy. How we're helping companies solve for the needs of customers like Sophie.
Scott Nixon here with another episode of Z360. In today's show, we have a player profile on cornerback Alvin Davis. We get to know the out-of-state divers and talk to Isaiah Johnson after his big weekend. Freshman cornerback Alvin Davis made a huge impact for the Zips on the field in his first season, and he talked to us about the progress he's made as a player.
High school, honestly, my high school is a lot like Akron. We had Coach Harriet, he coached at FAU, and he brought a lot of the college experience down to high school and let us know what it would be like when we got to college.
Originally, we weren't even supposed to have him this year. He wasn't going to come in until January, but we found a spot for him, and he worked himself into the lineup. He worked himself into a starting position. He's very smart. He's a very fast twitch athlete, and he's going to be a great player here.
Coming in, honestly, not supposed to be here. I had a chip on my shoulder. Like my accomplishments, my goals. I got my starting position. That was one of my goals. We still have a game left to go to a bowl game, and we're just looking forward to that. Trying to come out and play hard. It's been great, you know, just coming out, playing with everyone, and coming in late. I mean, it's great. Learning from all the other guys, Zach Geyser, James Turner, and Corey Morrow. They help me every day. He's a great coach, honestly. Like during practice, after practice, even on off days we talk. He helps me out, he calls me and tells me about certain things that we're going to run and how I can be better doing it.
I think he's been outstanding. He gets anywhere from 13 to 17 tackles a week. He's very smart. His coverage is good. He communicates well. Very happy with Alvin Davis.
Normally they try to say DBs aren't supposed to hit, and I'm trying to change that. I hope to work on footwork, get my grades up to high as possible, and just earn an all-MAC.
All of the divers here on the University of Akron dive team are from out of state. They spoke with us about their recruiting process and how they have adjusted to the University of Akron.
All right, we have 5 young ladies on the team. 1 from Kentucky, 2 from New York, 1 from Michigan, and 1 from Connecticut. Well, I think that part of that has to do with the success of the team itself. But the girls have also been going to some higher level meets in the summer and the junior meets as well. So I think that the recruiting process from the swimming and diving perspective has both, our footprint has definitely increased.
My first time coming to Akron, I absolutely fell in love with it. I went on 5 different recruiting trips, and Akron was absolutely the place for me, and I loved Chris and the team. And there was another girl from Michigan who actually came here to Akron as well, and so she dove on the same team as me while she was a senior. I was a freshman, and honestly it's been the best 4 years of my life.
Going into my senior year, I went on a bunch of unofficial visits, and my dad was actually like, oh, like we should just stop by Akron, it's on the way home. And at the time I was like, I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of Akron, but we came and I was completely blown away by the campus and the coaches and the athletics and academics.
I actually had a diving meet here when I was in like 9th grade in high school. And like me and my teammates at the time were like, oh, we're definitely gonna go to school here. It was our first time jumping off the platform actually. And then like a couple years later when I started being recruited, I actually got like an email from the coach here, and it was just like kind of weird how I used to say I was gonna come here and then it actually happened.
I would say that this is probably the first time that we have not had an Ohioan. Back in the day when we first started the program back in 1998, we were basically made up solely of women from Ohio.
When I first started looking at colleges, I had like a spreadsheet made, but they were all in New York State. Like I did not want to leave home. I wanted to be like really close to home. But the more I looked into it, where I live, there's not many good schools around the area, so if I wanted to like reach my goals, I kind of had to go a little far away.
I'm definitely not a homebody. I wanted to leave, so I wasn't even looking at any schools in Kentucky. I was looking forward to meeting new people and just learning how to live on my own in the real world, essentially.
I think my biggest challenge navigating myself was on the turnpike because I had no idea that you had to pay it. The first time I went on it, I had no money to pay the toll the first time I went through it, so that was a challenge.
I don't think that the recruiting process as far as girls coming from out of state is any different than any other young lady that's leaving home for the first time and going away and, you know, being hours from home. The challenges are no different for the student athlete than they are for just the normal student.
And lastly, to close out today's show, Isaiah Big Dog Johnson had a huge week for the Zips last week, and he reflected on his experience.
I think the best players get judged as to how their team performs. And I think that's what makes Big Dog unique is he has the ability to score, but he also has the ability to make others better. So the guy I compare him to is LeBron because I had LeBron, obviously, and LeBron doesn't have to score every night for his team to be successful. It might be a defensive block, it might be a pass, it might be scoring. So I think that's what Big Dog has. He has that same type of mindset, which allows him to be a different kind of player in the modern era. Most kids today, all they care about is scoring in themselves, and Dog's not really like that.
Like each team's different. They all present different challenges. Air Force kind of confuses in the beginning. When they went zone, they haven't shown zone like a year and a half. And then Mercer was a little bit bigger than they were, so there's different challenges in these games, just trying to just adapt and just play basketball.
I mean, I feel like he plays the same every night. I think that's the beauty of him is the better the competition, he's going to play even better. A lot of guys can't amp up and play against the best people, but Dog's got the ability to play the same every single night, which is a tribute to him. I mean, he's not scared of the moment. He's not afraid to make mistakes, and he's not afraid to, to make plays for his teammates. So I think that's what separates him. It's even as a freshman, he's a very talented guy, very team-oriented, cares about his teammates, doesn't care about scoring, just wants to make other guys better, wants to win. So yeah, I could see it coming. He's a good player.
I'm not sure if it's going to really do anything for my confidence. Like I said, I just take it in stride. Like it was great to win it, but it's more important to win the whole thing in my eyes. So I'm just going to try to just keep it rolling, just keep doing whatever the team needs me to do. I mean, I guess it's kind of a good feeling. I don't really take much into it. I just try to go out there and play every game like it's the last.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Z360. In the last show for the fall semester, we'll have another Z360 challenge. For GoZips.com, I'm Scott Nixon.